Okay, so this is practice test set 7, paper 1 for the foundation, which is a non-calculator paper. So here we go. First question, write the following numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. Right, okay, so we've got a couple of negative numbers there. Well, minus 12 is the smallest. Okay, so minus 12, you can cross them off. Then minus 8. Now let's look at the other numbers. Well, we've got 2, 5 and 10. Okay, so we're going smallest to largest. Write the following numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest again. So they all start with a 1. So we're going to have to look at the tenths column. So that's got a 0, that's got a 5, that's got an 8, and that's got a 5. So 0, 8, 5 is the smallest. Now we've got 2 with a 5 in the tenth. So we need to look at the hundredths column, the next one along. That's got a 0, that's got an 8. So actually, that is smaller. So it's got the no hundredths. Then our 1.58 and then our 1.805. Okay, so that's question 1. Question 2. Write 27% as a fraction in its simplest form. Well, 27 out of 100 is a fraction. Now to get it in its simplest form, we need to find a number that goes into 27 and 100. Well, numbers into 27, 1, 3, 9 or 27, none of which go into 100. So actually, 27 over 100 is its simplest form. Now, question 3. Write 2,589 correct to the nearest 100. Well, let's look at the number after the 100. In the tens column is an 8, so it's going to round up, so it becomes 2,600. Okay. Question 4. In space below, draw a parallelogram. Right, to draw a parallelogram, we need to do, it's like a pushed over rectangle really, so we need a pair of parallel sides, and then the other sides are parallel and equal in length as well. So a parallelogram, okay, is like a pushed over rectangle. Right, find the number that is exactly halfway between minus 6 and 8. Well, we could write them all out, cross them off. Another way of doing it is if you add two numbers together and divide by 2, you get the middle number. So minus 6 add 8 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 1 is your middle number, exactly halfway between them. Okay, question 6. How many minutes are there in 4.5 hours? Well, in 1 hour, there's 60 minutes. So in 4 hours, it's going to be 4 lots of 60. So we need to do 4 times 6, which is 24. And then 4 times 60 is 240. Then let's do half an hour, which is 30. So we end up with 270 minutes. Okay, next question. Right, a frequency tree diagram. We've got 60 people in total. The ratio of men to women is 1 to 2. So every time there's one man, there's 2 women, and we've got 60 people in total. So we basically, a third of them are male and 2/3 are female. So if we divide this by 3, we get 20. So there's 20 men, 40 female. Now, 17 of the men passed their test. A fifth of the people failed their test, a fifth of the 60. So we need to work out a fifth of 60. Well, a fifth of 60 is 60 divided by 5, which is 12. Right, we've got 2 boxes for that. But we can put 3 in there because those 2 have to add up to 20, which means that must be 9, which means that is 31. Now, find the probability that a man failed his driving test on this day. So if we just look at the men, there's 20 men and 3 of them failed. 3 out of 20. It's worded a bit strangely, but I'm sure that's what it means. It means take the men, probability of picking up one that's failed is 3 out of 20. Okay, and that's 5 marks. Okay, let's have a look at the next question, number 8. The water in a fish tank is treated using 5 millilitres of AquaGuard for every 10 litres of water in the tank. Right, so we've got millilitres and litres. Write down the ratio volume of AquaGuard used to the volume of water. Give your answer. Right, so we're going to have to simplify, but it's AquaGuard, so it's 5, and let's do it all in millilitres. So it's 5, and then we need to put 10 litres into millilitres. Well, 1 litre is equal to 1,000 millilitres. So actually we've got 5 to 10,000, but we want it in the form of 1 to n. So we need to get this to 1. We need to divide by 5. We need to divide this by 5. 10,000 divided by 5 is 2,000. Okay, so next question. The tank contains 96 litres of water. Work out the volume of AquaGuard that should be used. Okay, so we've got 96 litres. So actually 10 litres gives us 5 millilitres. So what we need to do, if 10 litres gives us, we need to use 5 millilitres, 96 is basically 9.6 times 10. So we need to do 5 times 9.6. Okay, so 5 times 9.6. Well, there's various ways to do it, but I'm going to do 96 times by 5, bit of long multiplication. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 9 is 45. 45 plus my 3 gives me 48. But then I need to put my decimal back in, so it is actually 48 millilitres.